Boys, we got a big week ahead. Now, I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff in this video, and I'm sure you have questions. And if you currently have any more questions after watching this video, drop it down below, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my abilities, right? Game Changers, Season 5, huge. We're going to talk about that. Story of the Week, Rewind, Stars of the Season, which was the voting last week. I don't know how many of those cards we're going to get, and they're going to have Legends Unleashed. Now, if you didn't know, this past weekend, Bold Legends was their last release. That's why I said invest in the Dexter Lawrences, the Calvin Noyes, and things of that nature. Also, it may be time to get off of some of those investments too. We'll talk about that a little bit as well. It's going to be a jam-packed video. I'm going to try to talk about everything that I can in this video. So hit the like button, drop a sub, and without further ado, let's get into it.
Hey, ain't we been through it all? Then we sleep on them floors. Everybody we thought we needed, we don't need them no more. Run it up, don't check the score. No, I'm balling.
All right, first things first, let's talk about Game Changers. Man, shout out to y'all if you've been doing the Game Changer set with me. Obviously, it's not going to show any of my Game Changer card sets that I've been doing. But if you've been doing the Game Changer set, you have been making a killing over this week. And I have people saying, truth, I made 300K, 400K, 500K. For those who don't know what the Game Changer set is, right now, the Game Changers are basically not minned out, but there's a no risk in terms of opening the Game Changers if you can get these 92s at the minimum of 30K. Now, I've changed my stance. I'm going a little bit 32K over. But anyway, the set costs about 144 to build. And if you actually look at what the Game Changers are going for on the auction house, there are 6 Game Changers right now, right? And we'll look at the 6 Game Changers and what makes this so good. And I've talked about it several times, but obviously I want to talk about it in this video because Game Changers dropping tomorrow. There could be an overall increase. There's an overall increase. That means this set is probably going to go to, because it's probably going to be, if it's a 96 overall, it's probably going to be a 95 plus, and the set requirements are going to go up. But as you can see, Trevon Walker and Micah Parsons are the cheapest. Never go off this auction house. Always my rule, whatever the auction house is, I try to put it 10K above, right? So you can lazy sell it. So Trevon Walker and Micah Parsons, I've sold many. Micah Parsons for 160, Trevon Walker's for 150. Remember, the set costs 144. So if you sell Trevon Walker for 150 after tax is only 135, you're only losing 5K. I mean, losing 9K, excuse me. If you sell Micah Parsons for 160 after the set, it's break even. Those are the only 2 cards that are terrible, right? And Micah Parsons isn't even bad because you break even. Jalen Waddle, 180K. You make 18K, right? Larry Tunsil, Marshawn Lattimore, all these cards are 180, and then you have your big boy, which is Julius Peppers for 250. So you have 60% of this pack, 66% of this pack that can give you a profit. Like I said, the Waddles and things are 18, 20K. Peppers is usually about 60, 70K. Parsons is a break even, and then Trevon Walker is a net loss of 9K. Now tomorrow, this is going to change, right? Because it depends on one, if they go overall up. But if they stay at 95s, they're going to add, like last week, we got 4 additional 95s when we only thought we were going to get 2. They may add another 4 additional 95, which to me, that's going to cause Waddle to go down under the 144, Laramie Tunsil, Micah Parsons, and Trevon Walker to go under there. So Game Changers, be mindful of that tomorrow. Be on the lookout today how that set's going to look. I'll probably talk about it more in the video of Game Changer tomorrow, but I just wanted to touch on it real quickly. Next, boys, Season 5 is here. Now, first thing I want to say, use your damn season tokens. Don't be like me last season, and I got cooked on my season tokens. Now, as you can see, I've already gotten 2, the left tackle and the center. Reason why I got those, I felt like those had the most value long term, right? Obviously, having a center B&D 96 overall could be an in-game center. Same with a left tackle, right? If you look at the season cards, I did this on my no money spin account. Don't do that. I did all these cards as well, but I did this 3 times and got 500 coins each time. Don't touch this. Just don't touch this, right? So for me, the cards I'm gonna go on here, I am gonna go Stephen McBride because it's a receiver. Can't turn down a receiver, right? So I'm not gonna turn down a receiver. So that leaves me 210. And you just want to get cards you think are gonna have value long term, right? That you want to get cards. Defensive tackle could be one, but I'm stacked at defensive tackle, right? Running back, I have Reggie Bush, so not really thinking of Reggie Bush. Could go Jack Barton. Right end's not bad. We actually may go Jack Barton just because, right? Because again, you can move your token around. So let's say I started on the center, but then I pull a 97 overall B&D center. Cool, I can move to Jack Barton and vice versa, right? And then we're just gonna take the quarterback in Malik Murphy because shout out to Deal TV and shout out to Joker Kill. They used this card and they said it was ass. right? But at a 96 overall, he could be potentially good. He might be. And then we'll just use the last one on this, right? So that's the number one thing. And also preparing for this, right? Investments. I would say get off of them if the profit is there for you, right? Like I said, running back. Wish I could have got that strong safety, but that's not here nor there. Now, I'll talk about this quickly with investments, right? We talked about a bunch of investments. I told you guys about Denzel Burke at 100K. He's back up to 130. You can be a little bit stingy if you want, right? If you want to get up to 140, 150. But if you sell at 130, if you got a bunch, you're still making 17K if you got it at 100, like I said, to get it at 100, right? I'm trying to sell mines right now for 140. So 140, after that, I'm getting 26K per Denzel Burke. I had 18 of them. That's, 400 or 500K in terms of value. You can see, there's not many up when it comes to 130. I'm actually selling mines for 150. So all these you see for 150 for 7 hours are mines at the moment. So, because I got to go to work, so I won't be able to relist that 1 hour. So, there's only, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 up before mine are up. So, there's a good chance mine sell at 150, right? We also talked about Dexter Lawrence, and we talked about Kyle Van Noy at the minimum. If you got them at the minimum, and I believe I got one in the video yesterday at the minimum, those are up, right? I do not mind you just... Now, they may continue to rise, because remember, there's no more release of the College Bowls legend, but at the end of the day, you can't go broke taking a profit. Right? So, if you got Dexter Lawrence for 47, 48K, right, and he's currently up for 60K, you can sell him, and you can take your 5K profit and try to reinvest anywhere. You can hope that he gets up. Me, personally, I have a little bit more cachet in terms of coins. I'm going to hold mine to see to get up to 70K, and then I'm going to let him go. Same thing with Kyle Van Noy, right? If you got Kyle Van Noy at minimum, he should be up a little bit too now. He's up to 60K. You can sell him, get rid of him, and get off of him, right? Just really depends on where you're sitting at with your coin stack, and if you want to, because you want to be very liquid going into season 5, because we don't know what we're going to get solo-wise, field pass, what the cards are going to be, like the Dylan Sampson and things of that nature, right? Also, when it comes to season 5, make sure you got your field pass all taken care of. I got my field pass taken care of on this account and the no money spent. Just a matter of logging in every day and then doing my weeklies. The biggest thing you want to get to, though, when it comes to this is this level 51, because this level 51 season 4 token will allow you to upgrade one of those trophy cards we got to a 96. Now, you can always switch that around, right? So if you take one and it becomes better, or you get a better card, you can switch that around. But that's very important. I'll be honest, the season B&D rare packs, there's a reason why I didn't make a single video on one of these all season. My highest pull out of a B&D rare pack was a 92 all season. All season was a 92. So, to me personally, the B&D rare packs, obviously if you can get to them, they're not as good as they once were, where you can get guaranteed probably like 3 starters in your team. They're kind of ass now. I'm hoping for season 5, they bring that back and make those actually good again, because I think that would be good for the game. Now, just quickly, a couple cards I'm going to talk up coming up in the future, right? Specifically, Scheme Spotlight. We talked about Game Changers. We talked about Season 5. I want to talk about Scheme Spotlight. There are a couple cards I'm looking in terms of investing, and I'm going to talk about them right now. Main one I'm looking for, Carson Schweitzer. If we get an overall increase, I still think, even with the Cody Barton coming out, I still think this guy's one of the best middle linebackers in the game, right? Now, also quickly, let me just pivot real quick, and let me go to cut.cfbd fan and talk about this when it comes to the game changers. Now, when you look at the game changers, the reason why I wanted to talk about them in more detail, and I forgot about it, but it just came back to my memory. If you do the exchange set, right, I suggest you wait to do it on Friday. And I'm going to explain why, right? You can get the cards early, and you can do it on Friday. This is only if you want to do the exchange set. Now, if we let's look at Micah Parsons, because he is the prime example when it comes to this. If we look at his price, right, last week, which would have been, the 22nd? Look at his price on the 22nd. He was down to 115K. I seen a lot Micah Parsons under 100K, under 115, and people were like, should I buy Micah Parsons? And I'm like, yes, he's going to rise. Look at his rise over the course of the next couple of days. 125. He's back. He was back up to 150. Remember, January 22nd, 118, back up to 150 at January 24th. Because these cards are still some of the best in the game, and they get the gold abilities, which we're going to be seeing more in Season 4. But even if you would have got him at 115 and then sold him at 151, you would have made, 136? So you would have made a good 20K just from holding him 2 days. That's something to think about, right? Another card I want to look at. We want to look at Waddle. I believe Waddle was under 150. I believe. Waddle was under 150. And this is the things you have to look at when you're looking at this market. So January 22nd, Waddle. They're not going to show Waddle under what you call it, is he? See, now he's at 175. I got a couple of Waddles under 150, and then I sold them for 200K a couple days later. Right? So that's something else to look forward to, right? When it comes to this, is when you're looking at, and let's go back to the Schweizinger. He was at 200K last week, and now he's at 240. And that's the reason why I wanted to talk about that real quickly. If he gets close to 150 on Wednesday, I will be buying him in bulk. Because to me, he is still the best linebacker in the game. We did it with Fred Warner, right? We got Fred Warner under 130, right? And if we look at Fred Warner's price right now, I sold both of my Fred Warners for 190. I don't know what he's at this moment. I seen him at a price I like, and I got rid of him, right? I only had 3. So I still made, a good 50K per Fred Warner. But you look at Fred Warner, I got him under 130. I got one at 135 in the video yesterday. If you guys remember, he's currently at 155. So he's actually gone down as well. So this is the thing. When you see a price that you really, really like, and you guys, when investing, you got to have a price in your head. My price for Fred Warner was 180. If I can get him off at 180, I did it. I put him up for 190, and both of mine sold, and I kept one for my team. So we made a good little profit there. So I'm going to do the same thing with Schweizinger on Wednesday, right? I'm going to look at the scheme spotlight, and this week's scheme spotlight, we should have some more pro-style players. Again, with the pro-style players, I'm going to be looking at that. I'll talk about it in that video, but I'm just trying to prepare you guys for the week upcoming, right? And what's going to be happening with the week upcoming, because it is a big week, right? But Schweizinger is the main one I'm looking at. Other ones, nothing. Jordan McLeod, if he gets down, but there's so many quarterbacks. I tell you all the time, I do not like investing in quarterbacks. Mainly Carson's going to be the main one I'm looking at. As well, if there's going to be some new cars that come out on that date as well, who could potentially give us some profit margin in the future. So that's really it, boys. Obviously we have stars of the season we can't really prepare for because we don't know sets or anything. And then we have the new legends we can't really prepare for, but it's going to be a drop of like 6 to 8 legends like it always is with the first legend drop, right? So yeah, man, let me know down below if there's anything I miss, if there's anything you guys want to change, if there's anything, that questions y'all have or anything of that nature. I'm just checking. Then we have Rewind on Thursday. That's pretty self-explanatory, not right? I do have Rewind Patrick Peterson. I'm going to sell him before Thursday, right? Because then I think, again, his price is going to drop on Thursday because there's going to be more supply on him. I actually did the set and pulled him. The Rewind set actually isn't bad right now, just to let you guys know, if you can get them at the right price. Because Patrick Peterson is over 200K, and I believe Ben Powers is like 140. So I'm probably going to sell him for 200K. So that's not bad. Again, when that comes on Thursday, there's going to be more rerun cards, which means there's going to be more chances and things of that nature, right? So that's something to think about. If I remember, the rewind is 593s. So again, if you get these at minimum, that's 150. Patrick Peterson right now is going for 185. And then I believe Ben Powers is going for something like one. Let me see if I can go rewind auction house real quick. 94, and then we'll get out of here. Ben Powers, I know I got him for minimum, and that's another card I'm telling you on Thursday I will be looking at. Ben Powers, if I can get him at minimum, he's at 130, right? You could probably lazy sell him for 150. So yeah, again, the rewind set could be a benefit on Thursday. We'll take a look at it when it comes to Thursday. But I appreciate you, boys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Again, comment down below if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, or if there's anything you want to know, and hopefully I can answer those for you. I'm out. Deuces.